Hi, how's it going? I'm Luciano Ruas from the Brazilian Accent in Improvisation channel. And this channel is for all melodic and harmonic instruments. It's for you that likes the Brazilian music. And if you want to know about the Brazilian culture and to know about the music and the details of language and you are trying to search to sound authentic, this is the channel. Come with me that I'm gonna give you some tips to study and show some interesting things about this language, this musical language. All right. Today I'm going to help you to memorize a choro. And before we start the process of memorizing it, I'm gonna give you some tips. Often the choro style has three parts: section A, B, and C. And why this is important? Because we often, when are studying a new song, it's intuitive to a lot of us to start from the beginning. And I realize in my students, and when I was younger and studying this, that always the C section had problems of memorization. You can see a lot of amateur pianists that they always forget the C section because they didn't practice the C section as the first section. Okay, so start memorizing by the last part. What can I say more? Choro often has three parts, and each part is on a different tone. So it has modulations. And what kind of modulations we have in choro? They often happen. We have modulations in neighbor tones through the circle of fifths. You have modulations that we here in Brazil say homónimos. It's the tonality with the same name. Okay, if for example in A major, you can modulate to A minor. And that is the last modulation, I would say. It's the relative minor of each tonality. If you have difficulties in recognizing it, you don't know harmony enough to recognize this, write for me. I'm gonna give you some class of harmony and help you to understand. These are simple things that easy to practice. Then we can resolve and I can help you to solve this problem. Okay, so we have three tonalities, three parts, and we have these modulations. Start just for the third part. Okay, today I'm gonna use a choro. It's one of the first choros known. It's called Flor Amorosa, and it's by the composer Joaquim Calado. And it has three parts. It's a very interesting choro to start when you are playing choro, because it's not it's small. It has less measures than a common choro. Then it's gonna help you to starting this art. Okay, let me show you the lead sheet of it. We have the section A with 8 measures. section B with also 8 measures. Commonly, Choro has 16 measures in each part. And we have the C section with 16 measures. This is more common, okay? So if you watch for my lives, you're gonna see my process of memorizing. How does it work? I just study the melody. That's why you can using melodical instruments, and I try to group the notes, not relating with the chord of the moment, but I try to relate the sequence of notes with a chord, with a scale, with some similar melody of some song I play. Then I use these resources to transform the melody in chunks. I don't memorize each note separately. I try to understand as I try to create a little story or a little narrative with these elements that I can see, that help me to see the melody as how can I say the word, larger groups of information. Okay, so this is the trick I use to memorize them in just a few moments. But another thing important, it's when you feel your mind full of information, and you're gonna you have the sensation you're gonna forget what comes next. Try to stop and change the part you are studying, because when you start to work with new information not related with the first, you're gonna feel your mind comfortable again. And so when we take more information, we rest and return to the information that was heavy. You're gonna see a little improve and of your capacity of carrying more information in your mind. All right. Another thing that sometimes, usually you can memorize in one day, but you can memorize a lot of stuff in just in one day. So try to learn with this process. If you have doubts, if it's not working with you, I always recommend to send me a message. I'm gonna say some pillars of these methods can't sometimes they are not being applied in the right way, and I can correct you, and you're gonna see results in the same day. Okay, it's not a thing that you're gonna live months or days to see results. So the result is immediate. Okay, then let's start to memorize the last part. All right, and come with me. Let's go. So I'm gonna start by the C section. We have one phrase. And how can I see this first phrase? So this first phrase is I'm sorry, I'm not showing you the lead sheet. The first note is an A natural if you're not seeing it. Okay. Okay, how can we think this? I would think in an F major, starting with this this mordant chromatic, and walking through all the notes of the first notes of the scale of F major. Okay. and after that it's ended on a note of C major, a note out of C major, but return. And so let me see. If you have another way to think, to memorize, use your way, okay? I'm using the easier for me. I can sing these last three notes in C major, but with a delayed arriving the C. Okay? Alright. So we are gonna repeat the three last notes in another order, but and simple, we have a arpeggio of F major sixth. Sometimes I relate with the chord of the moment, but sometimes I don't, okay? Don't think I just relate with the chord of the moment. I try to get the more information I can in one definition, okay? If I create one definition that takes the whole 4 measures, it will be very nice for me. 4 measures, I don't have to think in one information, in one information, in a lot of information, okay? Let's start again. Simple, already memorized. Oh, and after that we are gonna have the same phrase, but I have the besides dream. Again, I'm gonna do one note below. Okay, so let's try from the beginning. Nice and easy, all right? And now we're gonna have a chromatic motion starting on A, and after that a descendant scale of F starting on E. Let me see. I can, for example, I can understand all this melody like a kind of A minor, because it has a chromatic motion between the A and C, and after that I go to the E and return. The unique exception is the B flat here, okay? Let me do all the melody without reading, okay? Oh, nice, very nice and easy. After that, the same phrase again. Very nice. This is very common in Choro. Choro has often, like I said in the beginning, at the beginning of the live, that each part has 16 measure. Okay, this Choro is an exception, but this part is not. The C section, it has 16 measure. So it's common to the 4 first measure are equal the third 4 measure. If you are reading this lead sheet I'm showing here, in the first system we have a phrase, and in the third system we have again the same phrase. Okay, the same phrase. So very easy. I've memorized I've memorized three phrases already. Okay, let me return and see if it's memorized. all here, okay, all information in my mind. Let's see what comes next. I think it will be easy to, because I can interpret these ideas. I'm in the fourth measure of your arpeggio. It's like a gruppetto rounding the A note. And after that the gruppetto will surround the note B flat. And after that an F note, okay? It seems like a B flat major. Okay, I think this is nice and easy. Let me return some notes behind. Very easy. Okay, for you, if you don't find easy, no problem. I can do other lives, explain more detailed how can I think this of this way, okay? Don't worry, because to memorize something that you have already heard, it's very easy to reproduce this process, okay? Let me continue. This seems a little complicated, but I have one. If I think in F6, I have these notes of and I have one connection between the first and the third arpeggio of 6, just and chromatic. If you already played jazz, you're gonna see some similar note with the bebop scale, but we can think as a chromatism to arrive in C7 and 2 notes to arrive in C7. It's a little complicated, but let me return to the beginning of the phrase. Let me do again. I think it's and we have 3 preparing notes. Let me see if I have already memorized this part. I'm gonna show what I was thinking when I was playing and reproducing all these notes, okay? So the first chord is an F, and we do that mordant. If you have doubts about ornaments also, I have a live about it, but I can respond all your questions, okay? So I thought in C, and the same design or pattern, and arpeggio of F major 6. Again the same pattern. We go down 1 note, and that A minor that starts on chromatic way, and a descendant with the B flat exception, okay? So we return to the same phrase of the beginning. We have two gruppetos on the note A, gruppeto 2, note of the chord B flat, and connection in F major 6, and a bebop sound. Okay, so it's that. My thought was based on this. Okay, this is the last part of the Choro Flor Amorosa of Joaquim Calado. All right, I'm gonna try to memorize now the section B. It's in the third measure with a third measure of the third system. Okay, we have one pickup bar before with 3 notes. Oh, very nice, because it's a chromatic motion. Only the first chromatism is between the first and the second note of the scale, but the others we have 2 notes and a chromatism after. So very simple to memorize. Then I'm thinking now in a D minor, going to E7. Oh, some problems here. This phrase is very common in Brazilian music. I have already showed you. I think in jazz is also used too, so I can connect this sequence of chromatism with D and E and do this phrase. An arpeggio of A minor. Simple, okay? And return to the same. And now we have a mordent. And we do that connection I have told in a live of samba with between the third and the first. It's happening here with another rhythm. Then how I said, like I said before, I also use some connections of other music to memorize. The more music you memorize, more easy to memorize others will be, because the melodic sequence they often repeat itself in other music. Okay, let me see if I know everything. Oh, everything memorized. Let me tell you, chromatic in the first note, in the last, after D minor, E7, a phrase of the music As Pastorinhas. Okay, this is the phrase of the song As Pastorinhas. After that, the same phrase, more than gruppeto, and end of samba without the rhythm of samba, because samba would be sound with the syncopation, but it's these 3 notes. Okay, I've memorized the part B section. Again, So it's not perfect, okay, but I know the B section. I'm mastering it, okay. It's almost ready to play. So I'm gonna, before going to the A part, I'm gonna review the C section, okay. One more time. Okay, review the part C, it's alright. Let me review again the B section. Again. All here, okay. So we're gonna go to the A section, the first part of the song, but the last we study, okay. Very easy, because it's the same connection that we used in B section with the chromatism between the two last notes of scale, and we drew two notes of C major, and after that G7, and we arrive in G, okay. So it's all right. After that okay, we go down. And note that there is a delayed note. If it wasn't, if you wouldn't have this note, there is a note causing a delay in the melody. Okay, so let me review. And let's see what comes next. And this doesn't sound similar to the music I know. I think it's not D, C, but besides A we have B and A, and return to the beginning. I'm gonna assume this and try and play this way, because it doesn't sound correct to me. That's why it's important to memorize hearing the melody first, okay, a lot of times. Let's do. Sounds better to me. I'm not sure if this are the certain notes, the correct notes, but sounds much better than what's written here. Okay, let's go. And return to all right. So I think it's all memorized. Okay, let's try to do by heart. I'm gonna leave you the lead sheet to let's start from the beginning. Let's do the second part. One more time. Let's do the last part, C section. Sorry. Grupetos. One more time. Oh, sorry. So the melody is all here. Some difficulty in the ending at the end of the C section. I was forgetting the last phrase with the grupetos, but I have name for them. And what I'm trying to say when I say I have names for them, because in my narrative I have words to define what I'm forgetting. So it's this helps me to know what I'm having problems, and if I continue studying for in another days, this is gonna be easier, and to remind, because I have a word, and I'll memorize quickly. So if you are making this process, you can already take some moments to study this this memorization of theme, and you can study improvise after that. Stop studying, don't try to memorize another theme, but study another thing you can do in this song. And if you are not ready and not and if you don't have memorized the harmony yet, start the improvise reading the chords. Okay, don't try to improvising where you didn't memorize well, because your improvise is going to have problems. You can sometimes memorize incorrect parts in music, and I prefer to do the most perfect memorization when I'm studying, because it will not bother me when I'm playing. Okay, so that's it. I hope you have enjoyed this live. I'm here to help you. There are some things that are today easy for me, but can't be in the moment easy for you. It's just right for me. I'm gonna help you. Some details of this process can help us a lot, but sometimes they are not easy to see when I'm doing. Okay, so it's this. I'm Luciano Ruas from São Paulo, Brazil, and every day I'm here doing lives about the Brazilian accent in improvisation. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you are learning a lot. Okay, and see you tomorrow, and bye bye.